Welcome to Surrounded by Colors YouTube channel.
Where we are surrounded by colors.
Hi friends! Welcome to Surrounded by Colors, and this is my first video in quite a while, and I apologize for that. Life, and I was sick and all kinds of things, but I really do enjoy making videos, and I have several that I have kind of upcoming. This one right here is my very first ever completed book, coloring book that is. And it is Sunlife Drawings, 40 coloring pages. And I don't know if they have a newer version of this out. This is, I think this one was published in 2020. I bought it around there when I started getting back into the coloring community and actually back into, coloring as a main hobby of mine. So yeah, it's kind of an older book, and I've never ever finished a coloring book before, and I've colored my entire life pretty much, and I'm 40 years old. So now I'm proud of this book. It is not gorgeous. It's not anything spectacular or artistically done, but I am proud that I finished a book. And I am proud that, this book helped me. It especially in the past few weeks when I've been really struggling with my mental health and my anxiety, this book, just being able to put color to paper has really helped out a lot. And, my boys have always teased me, my sons, about, Mom, you always buy all these coloring books, and have you ever finished one? And I was like, no. And they're like, well, why are you buying more? And I have to explain, it's like a hobby. I like to collect the books too, because I do. I love books. I love any kind of book. But I actually finished one. So this completed book is dedicated to my son Liam, who would harass me, bless his little heart, the most about not finishing a coloring book. I mean, it was all in jest. He wasn't serious about it. But so Liam, this is for you. So Sunlife Drawing, 40 coloring pages, and this is just like kind of a smattering of all their offerings. There is, the lines and dots. There's their animal mosaic books. There's just their color by number kind of hexagons and squares and circles. There's some mandalas. There's some one color books. These images, and it took me a while to figure out, because sometimes I can be thick like that these pictures are actually the pictures that are in the book. So these are all the pages that are in the book. So you can get some inspiration from these if you're not sure, because some of them were not color by number, and they were quite detailed pages. So anyway, so yeah, there's that, and let's get through the flip. In my next video, I'm actually going to have the rest of my finished pages, basically from the last time I did a finished pages video in October until currently. But I want to get this one done first. So I'll just show it, I'll mention this book in my other finished pages video, but I'm not going to flip through it or anything. So, all right, here we go. And like I said, this is literally just me putting color on paper. This is a color by number page, but I didn't follow the color by number. I just colored it my own colors. So that was done in May of 21. This was done February 5th of this year. Oh, and also sometimes while I was in this book, this would be my book I would use while I was if I was tired and I wanted to color right before bedtime. And sometimes I have this habit of falling asleep while I'm coloring. I don't know if any of you have ever done that, but I tend to draw all over my pictures or possibly drool on them. Yeah, I'm a drooler, I know, TMI. And I don't want to do that to anything that I've spent lots of time on or have put, you know, hours and hours worth of work into. So if I still want to color and it's like, you know, close to bedtime, I picked up this book. And so anyway, if you see any weird little scribblings, it's not my kids. That's me falling asleep while I'm coloring. Again, this one I don't think I've followed the color palette for. This was done on February 7th. I think I might have shown this in my last coloring pages video, because this one was done in September, and I did this. And most of these are done with alcohol marker or Bic intensities, possibly gel pens, and some of them, like this page in particular, is done with the Crayola Twistables. So, and this one was done in May of 2021. Animal mosaics, I think. No, stained glass, color by number. Now this one right here, I don't know what, I was having a rough day and I did not finish this one. This is my only unfinished one in this book, but I'm still counting it as complete because I was over it. The color choices that I made in this page were just awful, and they were way too bright, and I did not like it. I have a hard time with these type of pages for whatever reason, and I'm a perfectionist, so if my color choices aren't perfect, sometimes I get to where I just don't want to finish it. But anyway, yeah, I DNF'd this, and that was on the 7th of February, and I just put yikes, because that's kind of how this page made me feel. And if you look at what it's supposed to look like, right there, and that one in the corner up there, that little horse, yeah, I don't know, mine doesn't look anything like that. Find where I was at. There we go. Ugly horse. All right, and then I do like this one. This one turned out nice. I did this on the October 6th of last year, and I like that one. Now this one I did on February 24th, and I wanted to redeem myself from that horrible DNF one, and so I tried really hard on this one. And and I also use water-based markers in here, like Super Tips. So I think I used some Super Tips on this page, but that one actually turned out really good, and I was darn proud of myself because the rest of them were kind of hideous. And then I followed the color by number for that one, just a mandala. I like how it's shaded so it like pops out. Here is another horse. They like their horses in this book. And that was done on February 24th. And you can see some of my little oopsies, my sleepy oopsies. Again, a mosaic one. Or stain. Yeah, this one's mosaic. I like that one. That one turned out pretty. Pikachu. And I did Pikachu on the 8th of February. And I liked him. I just couldn't be bothered to do the background. So I just kind of colored it in crayon. Another mandala one. And I think I did follow the color by number, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. And that's all actually done in gel pen, which you can't really even tell, but I rarely do everything all in gel pen because it takes so long. Now this one right here was another kooky one that I had a lot of trouble with. I tried the X method, which everyone always talks about the X method. As you can tell, I don't know, maybe you can't tell. I don't do a lot of, I do like color by number, but a lot of these color by number grid pattern ones, I don't do, because they're just really tedious, and I always choose the wrong colors, and then, so I tried the X method, and they take long, so hence the X method. And when I did it, I couldn't tell what it was. I got done with it, and I was like, holy smokes, what even is this? So I just put WTF. I couldn't tell. I thought maybe it was a tiger. I asked my husband. He's like, oh, it's a lion. He saw it when I held it kind of far back. And so I had him hold it, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, it is a lion. So, and actually on the camera here, you can tell quite good that it is a lion, and it does not look too bad. You know, it's definitely lost a lot of detail of it, but it doesn't look as bad as it does just kind of staring at it real up close. But anyway, that was done on the 5th of February. And here's another mosaic-y kind of one, or yeah, that's what they call them. And this one was completed on the 5th of February, and I like that one. Now this one was completed on the 23rd of February, and it's a lion and a lioness. So aside from horses, they like lions too, and tigers and things like that. The big cats. And they turned out pretty good. I mean, aside from me possibly drooling on it, possibly spilling a drink on it, I don't know. All right, and then we've got some animal stencils, and I did follow the color palette for this, which is very wacky, but it was fun. Here's another one of these ones, the Mystery Quest color by numbers, and this one I finished on, oh, did I say which day I finished this one on? Sorry, I finished this one right here on the 12th of February. A lot of these are February, and I finished this one on the 9th of February. And this one turned out okay. It looks better far away, like, or through the camera lens. This one I didn't even date because I finished it so long ago. I think I finished this sometime in 2020 when I bought the book. And when I think I first got my alcohol markers or something. This one I did on February 12th, and looks pretty good. He's a bear. He's got a weird blue nose though. I don't know. This is another one I finished March 17th of 21, and I don't know about my color choices for that, but it's all good. All right, now we're getting to the one color coloring books, and it says use one color for better results, use dark shades. Obviously you can do whatever you want. There's no rules in coloring, they're just suggestions. So I didn't use one color on a lot of them. This one I used, I was finishing off some glitter gel pens that I had, and when I finished it, I also couldn't tell what it was, and this was finished on the 7th? Is that what that says? I don't know. In February. Sometime. And I couldn't tell what it was because it was, I don't know, just real weird looking up close. Now you can tell it's a lion, tiger, something like that. Cheetah, I don't know, some big cat. Again, they love their big cats in this, and yeah, it's okay. It's weird. Okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but I thought this was a lady sunbathing on her back or on her stomach. Okay, so I thought this was her body, her hips, her legs, her bikini. Yeah, and then I was like, and I thought this was like, I don't know, her towel or something. I have no idea what I thought it was, but then I looked on the front and I'm like, wait, there is no lady, and that'd be kind of risque for Sunlife Drawing. But yeah, it's a big cat. So that one, and I think there's some falling asleep oopsies on that one. Here is the silhouettes, and a lot of people have this book, and theirs just turn out so much better looking than mine did, and I don't know if it's because I drooled on it and it blotched or whatever, I don't know. But I added green to it too, but it's all right. So it was done on the 12th of February. This one I finished on the 10th of February, and I added 2 colors to this as well, and there's another big cat. I think this one is a tiger this time. And yeah, it's like part glitter gel pen, part alcohol marker. And I was like really confused when I got to this page because I'm like, didn't I already do this page? But this is the non-color by number version of, this is like the one color version of that color by number page. The animal stencils color by number page. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, I did this one with gel pens for the middle outline things, and crayons. I think I used crayons. I think I used those confetti crayons. As you can tell, his fur, I guess, is kind of multicolored, and that was from like a confetti brown crayon. And yeah, so interesting. And I think I have an oopsie by his face. And I finished that on the 11th of February. And then we've got a lines, spots, and dots one. And this is Marilyn. Gorgeous Marilyn. She looks wonderful. I actually think I did a great job on that page for once. And she looks beautiful. We have a mosaic carpets, one color. and I chose a yellowy, kind of yellow tones, and I think it turned out okay. It's kind of fugly. I finished that on the 12th too, but here is a dots page. I finished this on, I think I actually showed this one in my last one too, because this is another September 2022 one, and I definitely fell asleep coloring this quite a few times. This one was done on February 11th of this year, and I didn't do one color. I just kind of was experimenting with my Bic intensities. This one was done in 2021, so a long time ago, and it's a polar bear and it's cool. This one is really ugly, but you know, whatever, I guess. It's done. And that was done on the 7th of February. I think this one would have turned out cool had I not fallen asleep so many times while I was working on it. And this one was done on, I don't know, like the 9th or something of February. I can't read my writing from so far away. But, yeah, it's like the lines and dots or whatever they call these. This one is like a mandala, 3D mandalas, one color. I colored it several colors. It kind of reminds me of a strawberry iced strawberry cookie, and I kind of want some cookies now. And I did that on the 7th of February. Again, I think I'd forgot the blotter on the page before, and that's why there's all these little, you know, lovely alcohol marker spots. Now, these ones were the last pages in the book, and I waited till last to finish these because these ones were not color by number or one color. They were actual full coloring pages for the most part. And these are little, like, detailed little boogers, okay? There are some detailed pages at the end of this book, let me tell you. So, this one right here is animal and manga coloring, and it's Chibi Animal Girls. And this is my page, and I finished it on February 25th. And yeah, I did it with alcohol marker, I think. I think it's all alcohol markers. And I shaded with alcohol markers, or I attempted to shade with alcohol markers. And I literally just copied the picture from the cover, because this one to me was kind of detailed. And normally I don't gravitate to coloring stuff like that, but it was cool. This one I did like, and I actually kind of want to invest in this book. It's the Relax and Color Inverted Mandalas by Sunlife Drawing. And so it's like basically you're not coloring the inside, you're coloring kind of like the outline of the mandala, and it really pops out. Like if you use gel pens or fluorescents, you know, I could picture using the Moonlight jelly rolls on there, which I don't think I had when I did this, because this one I finished a long time ago. But anyway, there's that one. Then this page was the bane of my existence. Okay, let me tell you, I almost didn't color this page and just called the book done anyway. Sorry, let me get it in frame. This page is so detailed. Like, it is just, I'll bring it in closer. And this is actually, okay, so this is from World of Animals coloring book. Okay, and it is just lions. Again, there's the big cats. It is just so detailed, and it took forever. And it's a mixture of alcohol marker, glitter gel pens, Crayola twistables. Yeah. And it's just kind of a crazy page. Like the floor, the pattern on the floor, like went all the way back to the very back wall of this little room. But anyway, yeah, so they're all like dancing and enjoying themselves, having a crazy little lion party. So yeah, that one was interesting. I'm kind of glad. I was glad it was over when I finally finished it. I was happy. And I finished that on February, I'm so sorry guys, I can't see it from all the way down there, February 21st, in case you really want to know. Last few pages. This one I did a long time ago, and I think I showed you guys this one in my last video. And this was done on the 7th of October, my birthday, my turned 40. This ugly fella right here was a blotter page mishap. He got some, or I should say lack of blotter page mishap, and I'm not a big sugar skull person. I don't hate them, but I just don't generally gravitate to them. And so therefore I saved him towards the last, and he was done on the 13th of February. And yeah, he's alcohol marker, and I think I used crayons in the background, and I just tried to salvage this as much as possible. I think it's gross that he has fish in his nose holes, or dead fish bones. Well, obviously if they're bones, they're dead. But anyway, it's kind of weird, but it's done. And I think his hat kind of looks cool, though, you know. Either way, it was relaxing to do, and it gave me something to get my mind off of crud. And then we've got this lovely little unicorn, actually, alicorn, is that what they call them when they have wings? I don't really know. I don't gravitate generally towards coloring unicorns. I think they're beautiful, but, or Pegasi, or Pegasuses, I don't know. But anyway, this is a Crayola twistable colored pencil background, and most of it I think is actually the twistable colored pencils with some gel pen for the rainbows, and I think I used some Jelly Roll Moonlights for the like yellow bits right there. And this beautiful glitter is actually some Crayola glitter pen thing that I had, and it's just, that glitter is really nice. I don't know if it's coming off nice, but it's definitely nice. So yeah, there's that one, and that was done on the 18th of February. And then the very last page, dun 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 dun, was finished the 19th of February, and this is the World of Cats coloring book, and it is still kind of a pretty detailed page also, I think. A little bit, maybe, I don't know. It seemed detailed at the time when I started it. And I finished this one with the twistables, and I think I used some alcohol markers here and there. I still tried to do a little bit of shading on there, but I didn't go crazy. I didn't stress myself out. I just colored, and it was fun. So that is it. And that, my friends, is the last page of this book. And I am diggity done. Yay! If you've ever finished a coloring book, I think you know the feeling that feeling. It's a feeling of accomplishment, even if it's not a particularly difficult book, even if it's just a color by number book, because just a color by number book is not just a color by number book. It's still something that we are putting our heart and soul into, and using as an outlet for our anxiety or stress or whatever. And so it is still a meaningful thing. And so it's not just a color by number. It is something special. And so this book I'm going to keep, and I'm going to put on my bookshelf. You know, I don't think I'll be finishing loads of books, so I think I'll be able to squeeze it back in kind of where it went before. So, yeah. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch this, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate your subscription to my channel. I know I don't have a whole lot of videos, but I really do want to keep making videos, and I know I will. And I want to get to know you guys more. I want to do like a my story video, and because I've had a crazy life, and I think I have some really kind of cool things to share. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and have a good day, and I will see you later, friends. Bye. Bye, guys.